he backed out of those negotiations, as we see James Toney. And Toney's fight with Hopkins fell through when Hopkins could not reach agreement on a contract. And so Dan Goosen and Jim Thomas got together and made the fight, and now here it comes tonight. They said they made it in just a matter of a few minutes. It was unbelievable. James Lights Out Toney competing tonight in something he has always wanted, and in fact he says he always knew he would, a big-time heavyweight fight. Whether Toney can hang with the best heavyweights in the world, especially in this era of huge heavyweights, will in part be determined by what happens inside this ring tonight. Toney, believe it or not, is the young kid in this fight at the age of 34. He is coming off, though, one of the most impressive wins in his career. April 26th of this year, a sensational victory over previously undefeated Vasily Girov, which he scored a spectacular knockdown in the final sections of the fight to seal the deal. It was the third world title for Toney, who became middleweight champion in 1991, super middleweight champion in 1993. Along the way, James Toney has defeated the likes of Michael Nunn, Mike McCallum, Iran Barkley, and Reggie Johnson, all of those before he lost his title to Roy Jones Jr. And that began a series of strange, somewhat invisible years for Toney, where his weight would fluctuate anywhere from 175 to 226 pounds. And a rather strange series of fights against mostly non-entities. However, with renewed dedication, he signed with Houston Student Promotions, knocked out a top 10 ranked fighter, Jason Robinson, and then had the big fight with Vasily Girov. Here comes James Toney now, accompanied by his trainer, Ray Rose. It's a fairly long walk here at Mandalay Bay Event Center from the dressing room to the ring, but Toney now approaching the ring, ready for what he says will be the biggest moment in his career, and here comes Lights Out Toney. James was here last night kibitzing with fans, still doing interviews, seemed relaxed and a good mood, and ready to go tonight. Been a pro for a long time, burst into the scene of boxing consciousness with his dramatic 11th round knockout of Michael Nunn to win the world middleweight title in 1991 in Nunn's hometown of Davenport, Iowa, USA. At one time there were many, before they eat every magazine and before everyone had a pound-for-pound list, back in the old days of kind of the very first pound-for-pound list, there were many who felt that James Lights Out Toney was #1 in the world. That is until he ran into Roy Jones Jr., whom he still wants to fight again. And there is Evander Holyfield, boxing's warrior, still in his dressing room. He's going to make Toney wait a little bit, apparently. You see Don Turner behind him, Jim Thomas's manager. And now here comes the warrior, Evander Holyfield, who won the heavyweight championship of the world with a third-round knockout of Buster Douglas. World champion, of course, he engaged in many memorable bouts with the likes of former champions George Foreman and Larry Holmes. A remarkable trilogy with Riddick Bowe. The most famous fight in his series of championship fights, though, was with Mike Tyson. First in one of boxing's greatest upsets, his 11th round stoppage of Tyson was one of the great nights in boxing history. And then, of course, the notorious ear-biting affair. And as you can see, check out the right ear of Evander, and as you can see, he's still not all there after being bitten off by Tyson. And he's asked quite often, why don't you get it fixed? He says, why should I get it fixed? He goes, I have the most famous ear in the world. Why would I want to get it fixed? And so he has not. And after the Tyson fights, of course, he defeated Michael Moore, and he had the draw and the loss for Lennox Lewis. The loss, a winner, and a draw with John Ruiz in an ugly series of fights. The last one was a draw, though, in which almost everyone had Holyfield ahead at the end of the fight. He should have won his title back that night, but he did not do it. Then he posted a big win over Hasim Rahman, in which many felt he was going to reach his end as a fighter, but that night he proved once again that he can still get down and have a great fight. And he put it together against Rahman. But Chris Bird got injured in that fight, suffered an injured shoulder, which really reduced his effectiveness in the bout against Chris Bird. And he was beaten fairly handily by Bird, but he's back again tonight. Many have written him off, but he will enter the ring tonight, a slight favorite over James Lights Out Toney. Here comes Evander. As is his habit, Holyfield singing with the music as he approaches the ring. And into the ring comes boxing's ultimate warrior, Evander Holyfield. A great champion, 4 times over, 38-6-2 with 25 knockouts out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's 40 years old, but in just a few days he will turn 41. And now you see the late arrivals filling in all the seats at Mandalay Bay. As you take a look at the tail of the tape, look at those ages on these two great warriors. All the physical advantages go to Holyfield, several inches taller than is Toney. 2-pound weight pull, big advantage in reach for Holyfield. The rules will be the same as we discussed earlier. These are the unified rules which will be in effect of the Association of Boxing Commissions. Now we are ready for Jimmy Lennon Jr. and the introductions of the fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the beautiful Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's time for our featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Goose and Tudor Promotions in association with the Mandalay Bay, the undisputed king of beers, Budweiser, and Showtime. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Luther Mack, commissioners Dr. Tony Alamo, Skip Avancino, John Bailey, and Dr. Flip Homensky with the executive director, Mark Ratner. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Margaret Goodman, Dr. Jeff Davidson, Dr. William Blinner, and Dr. David Watson. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, we have Jane Broadfoot and James Cavan. Introducing our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside. All 3 are from Las Vegas, Nevada. We have Dave Moretti, Jerry Roth, and Paul Smith. And our third man in the ring, the referee in charge of the action. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Jay Nady. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled in a heavyweight special attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Mandalay Bay, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing dark green trunks with white trim and hailing from Detroit, Michigan. He weighed in at 217 pounds, a veteran of 14 world title appearances. His record stands at 66 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, with 42 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, challenging the odds as he steps up to the heavyweight division, here is the former IBF middleweight world champion, the former IBF super middleweight world champion, and the current IBF cruiserweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing James Lights Out Toney. And his opponent across the ring on my right, really needing no introduction the world over, fighting out of the red corner, wearing purple trunks and black trim, representing his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. He weighed in at 219 pounds with a record of 38 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws. He has 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion, the former undisputed heavyweight world champion, and the one and only 4-time heavyweight champion of the world. Please welcome boxing's true warrior, introducing Evander, the real deal Holyfield. Once again, the referee in charge is Jay Nady. Now to give instructions, 12 rounds of action scheduled.
Jim, I gave you instructions in the dressing room. You have any questions? Okay, the button's the demarcation line. Let's let them go to work. Good luck. All right, Jay Nady with very simple instructions, not much of a stare down between the two. The house seemed fairly equally split. Loud cheers for both men. Evander Holyfield, 4-time champion, says he will retire undisputed heavyweight champion. James Lights Out Toney, who believes that his destiny someday is to be heavyweight champion of the world. He currently holds cruiserweight title, and he is ready, and he says he will knock out Evander Holyfield tonight. Toney actually has far more fights, 72 of them. He's 66, 4-2. Holyfield, 38, 6-2. 2 great warriors, 2 Hall of Famers. Here we go, round 1. Many have been wondering if Toney's weight would work against him in this fight. Remember, he weighed about 189 and a half for his last fight, winning against Vasily Zhirov, coming in at 217. So he put on better than 27 pounds for this fight. Toney's hands deceptively quick. He is very tricky, very clever in there. First good shot landed by Holyfield. Toney tries a right and is blocked by Holyfield's glove. Out of ring center. Holyfield said, if Toney really stands in front of me, I'm going to walk right through him. Nice left hook by Holyfield. Toney bounces back. Holyfield in the last couple of years has been fighting increasingly more in spurts and rounds, fighting a hard, say, 45 seconds out of the round, and looking as he got older to find areas in which he can relax, and Holyfield with a good combination. Toney is an expert defensive fighter. He will move the head, he will roll his shoulder, he will counter off of punches. He knows how to get away from punches, but he didn't get away from that left hook by Holyfield. And Evander looking to make it a short night. Now Holyfield strangely backs off. And Toney comes forward. Holyfield enjoying a good first round. Toney is a man, though, remember, who breaks fighters down bit by bit by bit as his fights go along. He has done it throughout his career. He won't necessarily start fast, and sometimes it will seem like he's lazy. I prefer to think that he's more a patient fighter than he is a lazy fighter. Lands a right, then takes a counter in return from Holyfield. He looks for openings. He uses opening rounds many times to see what an opponent is doing, to feint, see how he reacts. Holyfield, though, enjoying a good first round, doing most of the punching. Now Toney digs a good left hook to the body and comes up top. Right hand by Holyfield. Toney takes it well. One left jab, nice shot by Toney, but Holyfield digs a left to the body. Could be that much of this fight will be fought in close distance. Close by Holyfield. Fell south down around between 80. You have to get between the two and break them up. In the corner with Evander Holyfield is Don Turner. Trey Roach in the corner with James Toney. Take a look at some of that action. Toney with that long right hand. Getting out of the way, but Holyfield launches that left hook. Then leaning on Toney and digs a right hand to the body. See how Toney gets away. Toney really knows how to roll with punches, how to go side to side, utilize his shoulder. Expert defensive fighter. That little left hook seemed to rock Toney just a little bit, and there's the end of the round. Jay Nady warning Evander Holyfield for hitting after the bell. Round two. A good first round for Evander Holyfield. Now Toney coming out a little more briskly here at the start of the second round. Nice left hook by Toney. That's the first one I think Holyfield's felt. Toney launching that left hook, beginning to get more effective here in the round. Now ducking under the shot of Holyfield. Look at Toney. Little Jersey Joe Walcott there for you. Adjusts his belt. Little hop, skip, and a jump. Toney doing a great job with the left in this round. Hooks and the jab. Holyfield landing that left to the body. Jay Nady saying to the two fighters that was okay, letting him know no low blow. Toney wild with the left. Toney 35 years old. Holyfield about to turn 41. Stop! Break. Let him go. Let him go. Toney not quite able to reach Holyfield with that right hand. He's had more success with the left hand in this round. Toney busier than Holyfield in the second round. Good jab by Toney. And a hook by Toney. Holyfield now beginning to rush. This could be the spurt we talk about that he fights in. There he comes. Stop! Holyfield pretty inactive in this round after a very good first round. Nice left hook by Toney. He's beating Holyfield with a punch in this second round. Toney's hands are quick, even now.
Stop! Push out, thank you.
Good right hand by Toney, ducks under the shot of Holyfield. Holyfield tries to line up Toney. Bell sounds, end of the round. Toney following Holyfield back, smiling, going back to his corner. Obviously, he likes the way things are going. Freddie Roach in the corner with Toney.
Deep breath. What's that? All right, now JT, he's trying to steal the round in 30 seconds. He's trying to steal the rounds on you, right? Don't let that happen, okay? When you hit it 10 seconds, then you're going to pick it up from there, okay? You're controlling him with the jab, all right?
All right, Holyfield coming forward, setting up a body shot. Goes to the protector of Toney, and referee Jay Nady said that one was okay. Later on in the round, nice left hook by Toney and a good job of getting away from that punch. As we told you, Toney very skilled in the defensive techniques of boxing. But James really bounced back with an excellent second round after Holyfield had a good first round. I have it around apiece. Not that this score of mine matters much. Holyfield coming out a little busy now in round 3.
Step back.
You heard Freddie Roach warning Toney that Holyfield will try to fight in spurts and steal a round. And the third round begins with a battle of jabs. Oh, good right hand by Holyfield. Holyfield trying to build on that advantage. Toney took it very well.
Don't hold.
James has a great chin. He suffered a kind of half knockdown against Roy Jones Jr., but other than that, really, Toney is a man who can absorb big punches, and he certainly did there from Holyfield. Now Toney's going to have to get busy because Holyfield has got a big advantage in this round due to that one big right-hand shot. Here's a good right from Toney and a left to the body from Toney. Now a long jab from Toney as he gets busy. Toney very confident. Two very relaxed, two very calm fighters. Toney describes himself as old school. Some of these moves you see will be taken from what Ezra Charles and Walcott, what fighters from yesteryear used to bring to the ring. Toney stick something to somebody at ringside. I'm not sure exactly what that was. Now Holyfield landed the big punch at the beginning of the round. Since then, Toney has landed a lot of good, quick, clean shots. Nothing as hard as that one shot that Holyfield landed, but again, sharp, crisp punches and some good body work in this round too from Toney. Good fight so far. Holyfield has been known for utilizing his head. Toney said he was well aware of that coming in, and he was warned for it by Jay Nady. I talked to Chris Bird last night, and he said, oh yeah, Holyfield uses that head real well. Left kick by Holyfield. Toney wipes it off his shoulder. Good double hook to the body by Toney to end the round. Interesting round. Tough one to score for the judges. Don Turner is the man talking to him.
Short.
You're effectively out front. You don't got to go inside with him.
Standing up straight when you're throwing your hold. That's fine. Getting under. Bend your leg. And when you hit these corners, watch it for his over from the right.
Right at the beginning of the round, Holyfield with that lead right hand. You see Toney roll with it a little bit, caught with a follow-up left. That was Holyfield's best moment in the round. Now we move later in the round. You see a good quick right from Toney. I think Toney is showing an advantage in two areas here so far. One is in hand speed. He's beating Holyfield to the punch sometimes, as he did there. And also, I think James Toney is doing a very nice job with his body punching. He's landing some excellent body shots to Holyfield. We'll see if those take their toll a little bit later on, but that's what we talked about when we mentioned that Toney breaks people down bit by bit. There's a good body shot from Holyfield. Wild left hook. Toney making Holyfield miss, and following up. A beauty by Toney. Big right hand by James and a left hook by Toney. Holyfield in a little trouble. Right hand, left hook to the body. James lights out Toney. Sensing that he may have Holyfield in a bit of a predicament right now. Toney really doing a great job with the body. Well, certainly that 217 pounds that Toney is carrying tonight, not slowing him down a bit. That was some very impressive work and a nice right uppercut by Toney. Again, a left hook to the body by Toney. He's doing a great job to the body. Holyfield, I think, looks a little rocky here. Holyfield trying to open up, but he's had some of his strength sapped. Oh, good right hand. Now Holyfield comes back. Oh, the fights we have had tonight. Terrific round 4 here between these two. Toney has been very effective throughout his career in fighting off the ropes. Freddie Roach's trainer told me last night he did not want Toney doing too much of this tonight. He felt that Holyfield's greater strength and weight could, well, take a toll in that area. But James Toney is a clever fighter. He is a true professional prize fighter in there. Now Holyfield trying to open up.
Let go of him, Evander. Let go. Let go.
Jay Nady with strong verbal commands, and Holyfield obeys. Holyfield's head jarred back by the jab of Toney. There comes Evander back. Toney opens up with left hooks to the body, comes up with a right uppercut, and Holyfield comes right back on him. Terrific heavyweight action so far. We are in round 4. There have been no knockdowns. Toney with a jab, quick hands, looking for openings. Two getting close. This is where it gets grueling inside here like this. The bell ending a very entertaining round 4.
Defense. Okay. Very good, James.
Yeah.
You're on the ropes. He's trying to lay on you, put that weight on you.
All right, you heard Freddie Roach saying, look at it, you got against the ropes. He's trying to lay on you and put that weight on you. But as you can see, Toney is so effective in fighting off the ropes. He loves to be there. So it's tough for him, I think. It's a hard thing for him to not fight on the ropes, because throughout his career, it's been a very good weapon for him. Back to the ropes. He knows how to bounce, use those ropes, use them defensively, and come back, launch himself with some momentum into his punches.
Pick up that water. Water.
Round 5. Very entertaining fight so far. James lights out Toney, quicker-handed than Evander Holyfield. Holyfield is stronger, perhaps, but Toney coming right for him. Nice overhand right from Toney. That took partially blocked by Holyfield. Toney headhunting so far in this round, lands that right hand, but I think he'd be well advised to continue to go to the body. He's done great work to the body in this fight. Well, at least so far, Toney has seemed perfectly comfortable and at home in the heavyweight division.
What's your head, Evander?
Toney using those left hooks to the body, hoping that will pay off later on in the fight, well down the road. Little hop and a jump again from Toney. Great combination from Toney. Toney has a feel. He gets a rhythm. He throws the shots, and then he has a feel of when Holyfield's going to come back at him, and he ducks down low. And he's been able to get under those punches of Holyfield. The right hand from Toney. Nice combination from Toney. James Toney dominating the action here in round 5. Holyfield doubling up a lot. Oh boy, beautiful combination. Now Holyfield tries to answer back. Evander is thinking to himself, enough of that. He was beginning to really get dominated by Toney. Evander Holyfield entered the ring tonight a 7-5 favorite over James Lights Out Toney. That's not bothering Toney any. Media poll also showed a slight majority favoring Holyfield tonight. Again, a combination from Toney, who's proving at least so far too quick-handed for Evander. Don't count this warrior out, though. Toney every now and then seems to wake him up when he lands a shot. You take a look at 5th round action now with Toney and Holyfield. Look at Toney fake with the right, then throw the straight jab. Nice straight punch. Fastest way to get to a spot, as you know, is something straight. He throws the straight left and right, and Holyfield answered right back that time. I think Holyfield has been a little stick of the tongue out from Toney as well. I think Holyfield has been caught off guard by the hand speed of James Toney tonight. Round 6. Heavyweight battle scheduled for 12. James Lights Out Toney against Evander the real deal Holyfield. Holyfield screen right. Toney on your left, landing that beautiful right hand. Toney's effectiveness has been picking up as this fight wears on. Edge of hand speed to Toney has been determined, and those body shots, look at that one again. Toney really ripping up Holyfield to the body. Clean shots to the body. Great left hooks to the body from James Lights Out Toney tonight. Holyfield's going to have to find a way to counter. And I don't know exactly what James was doing there. Again, he was talking to somebody else, worked away from Holyfield. Holyfield was so stunned that he didn't, by Toney's move there, that he didn't launch a punch. Toney feels as though he's in command. You can just see the confidence. Look at James go. Holyfield had a very good first round, but since then, Toney has had the edge. They're working off the ropes again. Jay Nady yelling to Holyfield, Evander, don't butt him. Toney again timing the punches of Holyfield so that he can get underneath him. There's that left hook to the body again. Right hand by Toney. Absorbs a right from Holyfield. There was a right hand to the body by Toney. It's been mostly the left hook from Toney that have gone downstairs.
Stop. I'm here. Let me go. Thank you.
Nice right from Toney. Gets away from a follow-up left from Holyfield.
You gotta watch banging.
Jay Nady again warning Holyfield about the head.
Damn it, keep your head out.
Final seconds of the round. Toney with the right hand forces Holyfield to miss again. Now Toney opening up as the round comes to an end. Holyfield tries to come back, but the bell sounds. And Holyfield, that's a slow walk back to the corner.
I got it. You gotta get busy on the inside, homie. Just punch him over his head. Punch him under. Push him up.
James Toney has been using his hand speed edge tonight. There you see it, beating him to the punch, then stepping back, talking to somebody. I don't know who, but James Toney's been very impressive tonight. There's a right hand, a clean shot, and then timing the punch just right underneath it. They're telling Holyfield in the corner that he is getting underneath your punches to come up from underneath. They're asking Holyfield for uppercuts now. There you see that head work by Holyfield that he was warned for by Jay Nady. Toney comes all the way across the ring to meet Holyfield coming out of his corner. Nice right hand by Toney. Again, that hand speed meaning everything right now. Toney's too quick for Evander at this juncture. Holyfield needs something to turn around this momentum. It could come from rights like that.
Keep your head back.
When they're in close like this, Toney likes to work and then throw that left hook to the body to conclude the combination.
Don't hold, don't hold. Don't hold. Let go, hold.
Just like in the gym. And a follow-up right. Toney's the boss in there right now. Look at this. James lights out. Toney putting on a clinic.
Stop.
I refuse to count out Holyfield, though, because he can turn it around with his punching power. But he needs something to dramatic
Watch your head, Evander.
to make this thing start going in the other direction. That punch slid down the chest of Toney. Another right hand from Toney. Catches Holyfield. There were many who felt that when the Toney Hopkins fight fell through and then he went up to fight Holyfield,
Watch your head.
that he was taking on a much more difficult situation for himself. But Toney looks very good in there. There you see the defense, the right to the body. Holyfield having trouble landing clean punches.
Stop. You gotta keep your head up. You're banging.
Toney walks across to Holyfield. End of the round, another rough round for Holyfield, another good round for James Toney.
James, beautiful. Get Evan. He's away. Keep turning this guy for me, okay? All right? There ain't no shots, so we stand right in front of him. Thank you. Champ, you gotta push yourself now. Hold him out. I think it's 8. Yeah. You continue to get hit to the right.
All right, let's take a look at some of the action from round 7. Little left hook and a right hand in return from Toney. Gets out of there, a little duck, gives him some angles. Toney very busy.
Water in the ring. Get in.
We go into round 8. On my unofficial scorecard, which means absolutely nothing in this era of controversial decisions, which we've seen in recent weeks, certainly, I have James Toney well ahead. Holyfield trying to pick it up here at the start of the round. Now Toney answering right back.
Stop, I'm here, guys. Come back. Reebok now.
Clearly, this is a Holyfield who is not as active as he was in his fights with Tyson and Riddick Bowe. And he's being beaten to the punch, and he's being outsmarted by James Lights Out Toney tonight. And right now, he's being outpunched by him, too. Toney's been dreaming of a knockout in this fight. Can he get it? Been telling everybody he would. If he shoots for it, though, can the 40-year-old Holyfield suck it up to... I see. Toney tried to play there, and Holyfield made him pay for it. Toney stuck the arm out, and Holyfield said enough of that, and answered right back. Now Toney looks to his corner. James is having fun in there.
Watch your head, please. Watch your head, please.
Light taps by Toney there, but Holyfield not with anything. Evander needs to throw. But he catches a right hand from Toney there. Stop. Holyfield's got a great chin, though. Many of us doubted that Toney would be able to fulfill his goal of a knockout simply because Holyfield takes a fantastic punch. I mean, who puts him down? Not many. Riddick Bowe did. Holyfield bounces back into the ropes. Now Holyfield is in some trouble here. And it's the underdog, James Lights Out Toney, who is landing the cleaner shots. He's got that lip bleeding of Holyfield now. 10 seconds to go in round 8. Toney wild with that right. Holyfield tries to make him pay. 8 rounds in the books, 4 to go.
Stop this fight. You hear what I'm telling you, man? You gotta take charge, man. I care too much for you to be getting hit with these right hands. That's exactly right. Right on. Getting hit with right hands that you shouldn't be getting hit with them. Okay? You gotta go. You want another round? You want another round? If you do it, man. Okay, well, fight then. Fight then. Come on, let's go, man. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Come on. Put it out. Put it out.
You got to put out, man. Come on.
Well, there you hear the threats of Don Turner that he's going to stop the fight. They're asking Holyfield if he wants another round. They're basically telling Evander, you got to go do it and do it now. And Holyfield tries to come out stronger, but he's hit with a strong right. Toney coming forward. Evander Holyfield, through 8 rounds plus, has looked like an aged fighter. Not to take any credit away from James Toney, who's making him look that way. Holyfield trying to put more oomph into his punches now.
Thank you. Now we can box.
James Toney at 217 pounds has still been a defensive genius, still had sharpness and speed of hand, but he absorbs a left hook there and another one from Holyfield, who's sucking it up for one big effort here, it appears. He pushes Toney back into his corner, and Holyfield runs into a shot from Toney and he has to hold. I think Evander Holyfield is hurt. I think Evander Holyfield is in some trouble. James Toney may have the opening he wants right now. There he goes! Toney to a neutral corner. 5, okay? 6, you all right? 7, you sure you're okay? The fight is over. They're stopping the fight. They're stopping the fight. James Toney has fulfilled his goal. He has knocked out Evander Holyfield. James Toney has done it. Evander Holyfield appears finished as a top elite fighter. James Toney putting it to him from the second round on, did what he said he was going to do and knocked out Evander Holyfield in 1 minute and 42 seconds of the 9th round. I heard James Toney say, I love you, Evander. Wow.
Good job, baby.
Evander Holyfield's dream of being undisputed heavyweight champion is not going to come true. Tonight he is stopped in decisive fashion. A great career, a legendary career, probably coming to an end here tonight. Evander Holyfield has given us so many remarkable, wonderful, fantastic moments in the ring. Stopped by this man, James Toney, who keeps getting better, folks. And at 217 pounds, put together one of his greatest fights tonight. He broke Evander Holyfield down bit by bit, utilizing a magnificent body attack. And lights out Toney. Heavyweights beware. This man is for real in the heavyweight division. And he'll be looking for bigger things ahead. I just gotten the official scorecards. James Toney was leading 78-74, 77-75, 78-74. I had him ahead 79-73. I gave Holyfield the first round and that was it. Toney every round after that on my scorecard. But regardless, Toney was way ahead.
Another brother in the ground, baby. You can't deal with me. Nobody do it like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a time. 1 minute, 42 seconds in round number 9. Our referee in charge, Jay Nady, recognizes the corner and agrees. He stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, James Lights Out Toney.
An extremely impressive victory for James Lights Out Toney. After the first round, he completely dominated Evander Holyfield. His hand speed far too much for Holyfield to deal with tonight. Brilliant body punching by Toney, broke Holyfield down. We're going to go up to the ring now and hear from the victorious James Lights Out Toney, who is getting together with Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. James, congratulations on the fight tonight. Were you simply just too quick and too fast for Evander Holyfield?
I'm too quick and too fast for anybody who's sitting with me as a heavyweight. That's the bottom line. You know, Jim, I don't know why you come up here. I'm come up here and try to give me no badass questions, try to degrade me. I would think the God, think the man was
question's legitimate. Were you too quick?
Evander Holyfield was a great fighter. Don't diminish at any time. Holyfield's a great warrior. He came to the fight. Bottom line.
Did you ever
Who's next? I got milk, baby. Who's next? My mom, Sherry, Uncle Larry. Oh, everybody, I love y'all.
Did he ever hurt you at any point tonight?
Scott. No, he ain't never hurt me, man. I'm indestructible. Don't forget that when I'm ready, I'm indestructible, baby. I'll fight anybody out there anywhere, anytime. Next! Who's next? Detroit, baby. Detroit. I don't care. Whoever Dan Solano, that's what I'm knocking over next. Bottom line, Goose and Tudor, we're number one. We're taking everything. You know that? Hey, my talent speaks for itself. I ain't got to answer nobody else's questions. I'm going home. We're going to have a party. We're going to have a party. Everybody down to me. If they don't want to respect me, fuck them. You got your respect. Excuse me. No, I don't know
James,
they don't respect me. Bottom line, Goose Shooter, Evander Holyfield is a great fighter. Hey, I watched him when I was a kid. I love the guy, but I had to do what I had to do. That's what I get paid to do. Bottom line, Detroit in the house. You may use do it.
James,
I got the message, baby.
Let's try and have.
You know it.
Let's try and have a decent interview and a conversation. Hold on a second here.
Jake, let's go, dog. Come on, Chap.
Come on, let's go over to Evander Holyfield. Evander, about the time just catch up tonight?
Well, no, he was able to get it off before I did. He was,
Welcome on. Hey, real buddy. Okay. Love you, dog, for real. Much respect to you. Much love, baby.
Go ahead.
well, you know, the big thing is that he was able to get off for me. The time is the ball, and he got off.
Yes, James still thinks there's a fight in here.
I don't know. They got off for me. It was a lot quicker, and at times that I got him in position to hit him, and his agility, he just a little too quick, too quick for him.
Evander, you knew you're now 2-8 in your last 8 fights. You've won 2 of your last 8 fights. You said before the fight that you would continue fighting. Your goal is to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, that you'd have to be beaten up. Were you beaten up sufficiently tonight to stop fighting?
No. He won, and this is a fight that, he got off before me and all that, and his punches, he went, it was just overwhelming punches, just got off before me, and I hustled me, I pointed me, and he got to position before me, and so, it's just a guy just outmaneuvered me tonight, just from the start. He just...
How mentally difficult is it for you to be in this type of position, having been the warrior that you've been in the ring?
Well, warrior is for a person that don't quit. And it's not like I quit in there, even though I was a step behind in everything that I did. He was able to get off before I was, and it's not so much that when the guy throwing, I guess, 3 times as much punches than you, and he beating you to the position and outmaneuvering you pretty much the whole fight. This is what happened.
What did Don Turner say to you after he stopped the fight?
Well, he said he did what he had to do. He felt that it was right, and he didn't want to see me taking more punches, and he did what he felt that was right.
Let's take a look at the end of the fight. If we can see this right here, Evander, tell us what's going through your mind here.
Well, the thing is that he don't hit hard enough to right there. Right there, it was just a number of punches. But I was off balance, and it was a good shot. It was a shot that knocked me down, but it wasn't, the shot that really hurt me. It wasn't.
Will you go home to Atlanta now and evaluate just exactly where you are, and how long will that evaluation take?
Of course, I will go home and evaluate. I guess the most important thing in life is that when you don't do well, your first thought of the mind is just quit. That's a part of life, and that's what everybody do when they have a bad performance. And of course, it's just a bad performance, and he was a better man tonight.
You have always been your own best equator, your own equilibrium inside. You've always known what was best. Will you listen now to others who may have your best interest at heart in this decision?
Well, I always listen. And the fact of the matter is that, I give thanks to the Lord. And, and I wish, I would go back and observe it. Right now is to make a decision now, it would just be an emotional decision. It's easy to say, I'm finished, I'm out of here, because, a guy like myself, this is something that usually don't happen. I don't usually have nights this often. Just like I said, let somebody beat me up, then I've said, the guy did beat me up today. I mean that he got the best, and he out-hustled me, he out-pointed me in every position, and I didn't use size, I didn't use anything as a measure to do anything. So, I don't have no excuses. This left arm was fine. I didn't use it. My legs were fine. I didn't use it. I didn't use none of the things that naturally I would have used. And the one thing I was waiting on, as confident as he got, I started seeing that he was getting open. And the big thing is when you hurt, this is the time that you can really catch a person. I know I hit a lot harder than him, and it just, unfortunate they stopped the fight. But just the point he had me hurt, he opened up his door and throw big looping punches. And I felt that my better chance is that since he feel that he's hurt me and all that, I can catch him with a clean shot. He
couldn't quite do it.
Well, he had to run his defense. He's, it's not like the guy don't have good defense. He's a good fighter.
All right, Evander, we appreciate your time tonight. Most gracious in defeat. You've been a great champion.
Thank you.
All right, Steve.
All right, so quite an unbelievable evening here tonight at Mandalay Bay Event Center, as this crowd tonight thrilled to the finish of the fight. James Lights Out Toney with his victory over Evander Holyfield tonight, perhaps ending the career of Evander Holyfield. For Toney, obviously there are bigger fights now and bigger paydays ahead. Here comes the end of the fight. You see Toney, that hand speed was just too much, mixing it up, body and head. Toney knew he had the Holyfield. We were telling you before in the last 30 seconds that he had the opportunity, that Holyfield was hurt, and you saw him go down there. And I have a feeling it was just too heartbreaking in the corner for his trainer, Don Turner, at that point. He didn't want to see Holyfield get beat up. And so when Holyfield got up, Don Turner told the commission member to go up into the ring and stop the fight. And that's what he did. And that probably, that you're looking at the final seconds of the great career of Evander Holyfield. Toney very calm. Look at that. His handler's more excited than he is. But James Lights Out Toney expected exactly this to happen tonight. And what he told us all, what he predicted, well, he went out and did it. And he did it in the 9th round. Holyfield now walking out, shaking hands with everybody. Fans, obviously, this is heartfelt from fans. All of the great moments this great warrior has given us in his magnificent Hall of Fame career. In our pre-fight comments, we've told you how popular he remained. People love this guy. You can see it right now. It's always heartbreaking to see the end, of someone who has meant so much to your sport. And we've seen it happen to many greats down through the years. It was very heartbreaking for all of the public to watch Joe Louis get knocked through the ropes by Rocky Marciano, for Muhammad Ali to be banged around by Larry Holmes. And I imagine it's quite heartbreaking for a lot of people tonight to watch Evander Holyfield go down to this decisive defeat and go down in that last round against James Lights Out Toney. So from the cheers of the crowd, he takes a lonely, long walk now down the tunnel at Mandalay Bay back to his dressing room. Imagine what he's thinking right now. Well, Evander will have a lot of money, not only from this fight, but from a career in which he's made approximately $200 million. And at the age of 41, he is certainly set for life. But it would appear as though it's time to move on to a new life for Evander Holyfield and to do other things. I'm sure there's a lot of emotion being spent all over the world watching Evander Holyfield go out like this. And it had to be tough for him to leave the ring a loser tonight. And not only a loser, but a decisive loser to a talented and skilled cruiserweight champion, who I assume now will just, well, I don't want to assume anything. You can't assume anything with James Lights Out Toney, because he had said, I'm going to knock out Holyfield, then go down and defend my cruiserweight title, and then come back up and win a heavyweight title. So I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not going to put any words in his mouth. We'll just see what he does in the future.